Hello and welcome to the Banker's View from Sibos video series. This year it's being held in London for the first time. I'm Joy Macknight, Managing Editor at The Banker, and with me is Judd Holroyde, Head of Global Product Management at Wells Fargo, to talk about the buzz on the conference floor. Judd, thanks so much for joining me.
My pleasure.
Before we get into the buzz of what's on the conference floor this year, in Toronto, the last time we caught up, which was Sibos 2017, you talked about, the buzz was fintech, was like AI, data analytics. What would you say this year is the buzz?
I've noticed three things so far. One is there is a lot of interest in Swift's work in the interconnectivity between GPI and the local real-time payment schemes around the world. So I think that will continue to get a lot of attention, certainly for us and our customers. It's a huge area of interest, right? And that ability to move payments faster, more transparently into markets, especially with these real-time schemes. Second is continued technology innovation, right? We made an announcement last week around our work with DLT. There's a lot of focus still in the distributed ledger space. That's come up quite a few times already just this morning. And then the third, I think, is connected banking, right? A bit more like the fintech conversation of 2017, but I think more and more of the banks and the financial services industry in general is coming to understand that, co-opetition, as we call it, is not bad, right? There is a meaningful intersection between fintechs and banks and our ability to co-innovate and really deliver value to our common customers.
Because obviously this year, the theme for Sibos is thriving in a hyper-connected world. What does that mean to you and your business and your clients?
We typically use the term connected banking, but I was really pleased to see that Swift recognized that as sort of the overall theme. I think that has the biggest space or opportunity around innovation, right? It's how do we really tie experiences for our customers together by leveraging both the creativity that comes out of the third-party space and the continued innovation in the traditional financial services space. And I think Swift and Sibos as a theme really recognize that, we need to innovate together. And they've done a great job, right, with the whole plan here, including the innovation space, where some of those fintechs, some of those emergent players are actually participating in Sibos and contributing to the strategy and the discussion.
You talked a little bit about real-time payments. Obviously, there's been some interesting developments in the US. Clearinghouse started its real-time payment platform a couple of years ago, but now the Fed is talking about launching Fed Now in maybe 5 years' time and stuff. How do you see that playing out in the future?
The real-time space in the US is fascinating, right? We started with Zelle, right, which is still going strong. We've got RTP, right, which is growing considerably fast. And I think, Fed Now just represents the next opportunity for even greater innovation. We're supportive of any scheme that supports our customers and ability to efficiently move payments on their behalf. So we're bullish on Fed Now. We're participating. We're providing feedback. That's about where it is in terms of the evolutionary stage. But I think it's going to, all told, that real-time payments environment in the US between those three is going to bring a lot of value to the overall client base.
And I know Wells Fargo has recently teamed up with TransferMate to do cross-border payments. What was the reasoning behind that, and what is that fintech offering your clients?
So TransferMate was a great partnership for us. Wells Fargo has a big global business, but one of the challenges is you can't be physically everywhere, right? I mean, it's very expensive, it's very complex. And one of the things that our middle market customers especially struggle with is, how do I efficiently get money from my payers, right, or my partners, but still give them a local experience where they can do a payment in a local scheme that's low cost, that's routine. And so what TransferMate and Wells Fargo did was really put together this model where, for our customer, who's typically the biller, we're able to offer them a more efficient way of invoicing their partner. That invoicing, because it's closed loop, ensures that all of those payments come back and match up to the original invoice amount. As you know, one of the challenges in cross-border banking is you have lifting fees typically associated with wire payments. And so our customer would issue an invoice for one amount, get payments in for different amounts, and spend quite a lot of time trying to reconcile. So we not only solve the reconciliation for cross-border, we also tend to lower the aggregate fee exposure on both sides of the transaction by between 50 and 75% per transaction. So there's a great benefit both for our customer, the biller, and their partner. So we're really excited. TransferMate Part of why they're a great partner is they have licensing in a lot of countries that we don't locally operate, so it's very complementary. And the processing is very, very efficient, right? It's using more of the emergent real-time schemes and low-value schemes rather than the traditionally more expensive RTGS schemes.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your insights, Judd.
My pleasure. Thank you.